Hey guys, it's your boy, Buffface8020, back with another great commentary. Sorry if there's the noise of my dryer in the background. Um, so I have been selling insurance for the same agency for, I believe I started in early November. So if you said early November, that's 1 month plus, I'm sorry, that's 1 month, 2 months, and then so basically, probably approaching 10 months now. Which is very long for me, time for me to hold a job. And I think I'm probably nearing the end of my employment at this particular agency for a variety of reasons. I've certainly already started looking. I'm ready to move on. And the first thing I want to say about it is, I've had a great experience here. I've been really lucky that I've been able to have this job. I wouldn't be surprised if, when all's said and done, this ends up being the best job I ever had, and I have a ton of respect for my boss, and a lot of gratitude towards him as well. But we're in a situation where there's frustration on both sides. I mean, I'm frustrated that my understanding is that I was hired to sell insurance, and I'm doing a lot of customer service stuff, which, I mean, part of the problem, a very small part of the problem, is that I don't actually get paid for it, since my job is 100% commission. So any customer service work I'm doing, I'm literally not getting paid for. And I've had like for instance, last week, or not last week, the week before last, I don't think I did any in sales stuff at all. I was doing 100% customer service work. But the truth is, that doesn't really bother me, because I get like well over $1,000 worth of free leads every week. So I mean, it's probably, let's say, if I get 2 leads a day, it's 500 times. Yeah, basically, I'm probably getting about $3,000 worth of free leads every week. So I don't really mind, understanding in a small office that I'm going to be picking up some customer service work. And, like a week, like where I was doing doing non 100% customer service work, I understood that, like it's a small shop that was short staffed, I'm part of the team and I can help out on an as needed basis. So I don't really, like for me, it's okay, because I'm not living paycheck to paycheck. I can afford to do that. A lot of people couldn't, but I can, so I don't really mind that. I'd be lying if I said that was a big part of the problem. The issue is just that I hate doing it. I hate doing the customer service work, and I really hate it a lot. And I don't even like the thing that I actually get paid to do, which is sell the insurance. But I don't hate it, at least. Whereas I hate doing anything with customer service related. And then on my boss's end, there's also a frustration, because, my sales are down, and there's a couple of reasons for that. Or a few reasons for that. One is that I don't have as much time to sell, because I'm doing a lot of customer service work. And the other is just the quality of the leads has gone down, and our rates aren't as competitive. So I'm not able, whereas, I've had some months with really relatively high sales, and this last month I think is my worst month since I've started, despite the fact that I'm more experienced now. And sales are a really big deal. We have to sell a lot to keep the agency profitable. So I don't blame him for being frustrated, and I don't blame me for being frustrated. Now he hasn't said anything to me about it, but I can just kind of feel it. And I could be wrong. I could be seeing stuff that's not there, but I feel like he is frustrated. And our office manager today was saying today, like, we really need to get some sales. Not just to me. He was talking to the whole office. The agency owner wasn't here today. And that tells me that something bad is going on. That we're just not selling enough at our agency. And so, it got me thinking about something that I've been thinking about for a long time, which is just how fungible you will be as an employee. You're always going to be as an employee to your employer, because realistically, they're not going to do much better than me. Like let's say I should be doing better. Let's say that, that I should be producing more. Well, who are you going to find that's going to, be that is going to show up pretty much every day? And I have missed some time. I don't have perfect attendance, but I've always called out when I've had to. And I've with some notice. And but you're somebody who's usually going to show up. And like over 99% of the time they're going to show up. And is going to, produce at the level I have, which isn't great, but it's still at least something, and is going to be, when they're there, effective at taking all the customer service calls, and is going to do this all for, what comes out to like $13 an hour when you come down to it. And that's what I end up getting paid at the end of it. This month, the past month, is going to have ended up being less than that. And that's one good thing about me too, is that like on the months where I really have produced, then yeah, I've gotten paid a lot. I've gotten probably paid more, close to $20 an hour during those months. But he was happy about it because we were producing a lot. But on the months where I'm not producing, they don't have to pay me as much because I only get paid based on production. So realistically, you're not going to do much better than me. Maybe in a very tight labor market, but probably not. And now maybe you get a full-timer, whereas I only work 5 hours a day, but then you're going to be paying them more money too. So no, it makes me think about how when I was younger and I worked on a lot of, really low-end jobs, I blamed, and I had a lot of problems with my supervisors, much worse than, any tension going on between me and my boss now. And I always said that one of the reasons that there was so much tension between us is because my supervisor, whoever my supervisor or boss was at the time, knew that they could replace me with literally anybody off the street. And, having gotten older, I don't think that's an issue. I don't think, I blame it because I've been in jobs where I haven't been able to just be replaced. For instance, when I was doing, computer programming, when I was doing computer programming and like right now I've got you'd have to replace me. You'd need somebody with an insurance license who's able to sell as well as I am and, is as reliable as me and can, do that stuff and can do the customer service stuff and knows the system, so these are two jobs where, I'm not easily, yeah, could I be replaced? Yes. Could I be replaced with just anybody off the street? No. And it doesn't make a difference. To the employer, it makes no difference. To an employer, whether you're absolutely necessary, which very few people are, or whether you're not necessary at all, your employer does not care. Now they might care about you as a person. They might care about, they could be they might value you on a personal level, but as an employee, you will always be replaceable to them, fungible to them. And they may value and respect your work, but as an employee, it's always going to be to them next man up. Everybody's replaceable. And every employer just assumes, and probably correctly, that no matter how important your contribution are, if you leave or whatever, or if they have to fire you, they'll figure it out. They'll do the work themselves. They'll hire somebody else. Somehow they'll make it work. Because if you think about it, that's all management and entrepreneurship is putting out fires like this. So a lost employee compared to the stuff that they have to deal with is nothing. It's just if you ever read those stories, my manager, was said my work wasn't good and knocked all my work I just did over right before the end of shift and said, clean it back up. So I just walked off the job, leave. So the manager had to clean it up themselves. It's okay, great. But I guarantee you the manager didn't give a shit. Don't get me wrong. You should quit the job if your manager's abusing you like that. Absolutely. But don't think that you've showed them, because they don't care. They'll just be like, oh, okay, that person quit. I'll get somebody else. I'll fill in for them this time or whatever, and I'll get somebody else. But that's for them, like that's just having to fill in, having to do other people's work, having to hire a new employee and train them and hope that they work out. Yeah, that stuff sucks. It's just part of the game to them. So you, like, as an employee, you're never really going to have any leverage, no matter what. And it's not anybody's fault. It's just the way it is. So that's all for now, and I'll see you in the next.